my first guest tonight has appeared in such films as Drugstore Cowboy, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, The Saint of Fort Washington, and To Die For. He can currently be seen in the #1 movie in America, In and Out. Let's take a look.
Sonia, we're here to help someone. For once, we're going to think about something besides our careers and our hair. We're going to help Mr. Brackett, if I can find him.
Cameron, where are you going? Cam? You can't just leave me here.
There's a diner down the block. Go eat something. I'm begging you. You look like a swizzle stick. It's unhealthy.
Food?
Please welcome Matt Dillon. Thanks for coming.
Good to be here.
Very cool to have you. Congratulations, first of all, man, the #1 movie. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, and it always feels good to be in a hit, you know, so...
I wouldn't know. Tell me what it's like. A hit. No, this movie is also... The critics love this movie. They say it's very funny. And it's actually a great idea for a movie. Maybe tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the film is with, you know, Kevin Kline plays a popular high school English teacher who's basically outed by one of his ex-students who wins an Oscar for portraying a gay soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, his life is turned upside down because he's totally in the closet and he's engaged to get married.
Mm-hmm. And this it's reminiscent of, I guess, the episode with Tom Hanks when he got up there on the Oscars and...
That's right. I mean, it's loosely based on that.
Right.
I mean, it's in that case, I believe the teacher was really straight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was not really straight. Wait a minute. I take that back. He was gay and he was out of the closet.
All right. Okay. Lawsuits are rolling in already. It's too late. And so it's a great scene, which I've seen the clip for, where you're up and you're accepting. I guess you're up for an Oscar.
Yeah, I'm up for an Oscar because for this film I did where I played a gay soldier in a film called Serve and Protect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm up against, Glenn Close presents me with the Oscar, and the people I'm up against in the film are like Paul Newman for Coot, Clint Eastwood for Codger, and who else is it? Michael Douglas for a film called Primary Urges, and...
Which is a movie he'll probably now make.
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Sure, why not? And Steven Seagal finally for A Snowball from Hell. those are the films.
And you're holding, someone told me, you're holding an Oscar in the film, and I assumed it was a prop. Someone said they went for realism and they gave you a real Oscar, and I'm curious to know what that even feels like.
Well, there's a fake one that looks totally unbelievable, you know, so they couldn't shoot with that. Mm-hmm. And then there's another one that's like, that the Academy was nice enough to give us one, which the prop man was really nervous about me handling it, because I've worked with him in films before. And I have a tendency to sort. When I did Saint of Fort Washington, I had a squeegee. I was flipping it in the air, and he was afraid I was going to do
It's why they don't.
The Oscar, and I dropped it. And
that's why they don't let you work with babies anymore.
Right? Yeah.
Whee! There was an interesting. I read this in an article somewhere. I don't know if it's true. Someone said that because you love cigars, that you, I believe it's you, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jack Nicholson, and Danny DeVito were invited to Cuba by Fidel Castro to enjoy cigars. And I read this in the newspaper. I didn't know if it was true.
You know, if I was invited, I never heard about it. It was like, I think it came out in Reuters. I heard about it. It was like on CNN or something. And so, you know, I wanted to find out if this is true, because I didn't get invited. So I called Danny DeVito's office, and they said, no, I never heard anything about it. And I think it was just one of those things that just kind of...
It sounds like a trap of some kind, doesn't it?
It does. Like,
Castro's like, I will get all the U.S.'s greatest actors and Schwarzenegger, and I'll get them in Cuba. No. I can say that because physically I'm stronger than him. And, but it does sound kind of sinister, you know. Castro's inviting me to his private island for cigars.
Yeah.
Welcome, gentlemen. Speaking of Cuba, I know you film, of course, when you're doing your movies, and you film in different locations. But you also, when you're not working, you really like to travel.
Yeah,
to
I like to
places.
travel. You know, I like to go to kind of faraway places. Like, yeah, I like countries that were, you know, that are sort of been sort of in a time warp. You know, like I was in Russia while it was still the Soviet Union, which was like the food was so unbelievably bad at that point. That, yeah, you basically just eating lots of bread and caviar, which I developed a taste for.
Because anything else, I mean, what's it like when you go to a restaurant?
Well, first of all, there's no restaurants in the street. Well, there weren't at the time any restaurants in the street as you know them. There were no McDonald's. There were no signs for, like, restaurant, you know. So, you know, you'd starve to death unless you got... Well, I got a reservation at one place through the hotel. It was supposed to be very good. And I arrived there with my friend, and it looked like a terminal at JFK, you know, airport. This big room, and we were seated at a table where there was all this food laid out for us. I thought they just forgot to clear away the table, whoever there was before, and they said, no, you made the reservation, this is your table. And I guess they laid out the food right after we made the reservation, because it was all this, like, yellowed mayonnaise and stuff, and we were just like, bring us the bread and bring us the vodka and the caviar.
An excellent breakfast of vodka. And, you know, it's funny, people forget how strange it was there, you know, before the Berlin Wall fell. I mean, it's already vastly different, but I had a friend who went to a restaurant, and this is back when they had communism, this is in the late 80s or mid to late 80s, and he went to a restaurant there, and it was completely empty, whole restaurant completely empty, and a lot of waiters standing around, you know, just waiting to serve somebody. And he came in, and there were literally about 100 tables that were all empty. And he said, me and my friend would like to get a bite to eat. And they said, do you have a reservation? And he said, no, we don't. And true story, they said, no, then forget it. We can't take you. And it was communism. There was nothing in it for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, why serve you?
You would have been served this yellowed mayonnaise on top of everything.
I like yellowed mayonnaise.
And tongue, like curled tongue, and it was just awful.
This is what I grew up on. You dip the curled tongue in the yellowed mayonnaise, and you wash it down with vodka.
Sounds wholesome.
You animal, you don't appreciate it. You also went to Asia, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, Singapore is a strange place. I mean, it's an amazing place because it's a futuristic kind of city. It's a city and a country all in one, and they have all kinds of rules of things. You can chew gum, but you can't buy it and you can't sell it. So it's not that chewing gum is illegal. It's like it just doesn't exist.
It's illegal to buy and sell gum?
Yeah. You have to kind of bring it in with you, I guess. Smoking chewing gum in the country.
They're checking you at the air. They have gum-sniffing dogs.
Yeah, right. Like, look at all these dogs doing chewing gum.
That's the oddest thing. All right, and then they have a weird custom. There's a weird custom they have about water. And I don't remember.
Like you cannot put water out on your back porch, say, like if you have a bowl of water or something. Your neighbor can call you up and have you arrested. I think it has to do with mosquitoes.
Open water is illegal, and gum.
Yeah, it's strange, you know. You could.
That's a country with great priorities. You know? We're going to crack down on. Yeah, exactly. You have the #1 movie in America, In and Out, which is in theaters everywhere. People can check that out. And it was great to have you on the program. Thanks for coming by. Come on back sometime.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Matt. Thanks very much. Matt Dillon, everybody. We'll take a break. And hang on just one sec. Julia White coming up. We'll be right back.